Hi Sagittarius, I'm Ronique and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to your October Career 2024 Tarot reading, where we're going to look at the astrological energies of the month of October, how it affects your career, your job, how it is that you obtain new clients, how it is that you move up the corporate ladder, or possibly you're trying to change careers, trying to get out of a job. This is a great reading to look at. Remember, Sag, we are in eclipse season. We ended September with that Pisces full moon eclipse. We will have a Libra eclipse, which is all about relationships. And we have been dealing with this energy since the spring of 2023. Look back over this last year and a half in terms of your relationships. How far have you come? I also encourage you to look at those October general tarot readings that I already have up. I will leave the link below. Let's go week by week, Sag, and see what Spirit has for you. You do start off that first week of October with the Three of Swords in the reverse, as well as the Tower card. Always in the reverse. Good to see. Second week, you do have the 10 of Wands. I was hesitating a little there because it's always interesting when you get the Three of Swords and the Tower card, because they can be perceived as negative cards, but when they're in the reverse, there's something here you're supposed to be learning and you have already been working through, Sagittarius. So that's good to see. 10 of Wands as well as the Hierophant. Taurus energy here, major arcana, Sag. Third week of the month finds you with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, as well as the Hermit card, Virgo energy there, major arcana. Last week of the month finds you with another 10 of Swords now in the reverse, last week of the month, and the 5 of Cups. So interesting energies here, Sagittarius. You're starting off the month with that 3 of Swords and you're ending the month with that 5 of Cups. So definitely some type of emotional energy going on here. And you do have quite a few ending cards. 2 10s here on the ground, that Tower card. Interesting here in terms of your career. Let's go ahead and pull some more cards. Spirit, if you can send my Sages a card representing the energy they brought out of the month of September. That one just fell out. 7 of Cups. So 7 of Cups, Sagittarius, is that energy of you all feeling possibly overwhelmed by how many emotional options there are. Maybe too overwhelmed to be able to choose which way you want to move throughout the energy. This dealing with your career could mean that you have been contemplating for quite a while now, Sag, which way you want to go, whether you want to leave a job, whether you want to stay, whether you want to go approach your boss about a situation or not, whether or not you want to take on new clients, or whether you need to just try and grow the ones you have. There seems like there is this ongoing amount of issues and challenges that you have been faced with that was emotionally draining back in September. And coming into this month, I feel like they are still with you, okay? I do feel like this month is going to be a month of endings. I do think some of this is going to drop off, especially because after eclipse season, Sagittarius, we will start coming into that scorpionic energy. And I do think much of this is going to drop off for you in a way that is going to be more beneficial once we get into your solar return time later on in November and into December. So keep that in mind with your reading here, because I do think that much of your energy, Sagittarius, is going to lighten up once we get into you all's solar return. Spirit, if you can send Sagittarius a card representing the overall oracle message for the month of October. And you have 6 of Swords in the reverse. So 6 of Swords is mentally needing to move on, possibly no longer being fulfilled where you're at, but also mentally exhausted. With this in reverse, though, it could mean that you've needed to move on for a while and haven't been able to, or possibly you have been holding on to the thought of being able to move on and you have not done so. I do think that this is going to be a theme through throughout possibly the rest of 2024, Sagittarius. You may not want to hear that, but I do think that this is not a quick moving energy. And I say that because I think a lot of this has to also do with that Pluto and Capricorn energy, as well as you needing to move through this energy, like I said, with your solar return. But also I think this Mars in Cancer is going to be around for many of us until the spring of 2025. So I do think that this energy is going to be slow moving, but I do think you're going to have a lot of answers by the end of this month moving into November. Now, I do think, Sagittarius, as I look over your cards, I think you need to get crystal clear as to where you want to move forward with this month. Figure out who is it that you need to speak with. Who is it that you need to get very clear of answers that you need to make your own decisions. Do not let other people decide for you. And the reason why I say that is because in this first week, when we have that eclipse on October 2nd with that solar eclipse Libra new moon, and then Mars in Cancer enters its retrograde shadow on the 5th, this is going to be a time where this could be some rocky movement in conversation, as well as relationships with people at your work, with subordinates or people who are above you. You're healing from some type of conversations that may not go the way that you would like them to, but I think you're planting new seeds of being able to work through these fallouts or whatever these conversations are. And I think that you're coming around to a better way to talk with people, to heal from the past. And I do think that that 7 of Cups in the past, Sagittarius, is like helping you realize, okay, in the past I had so many things going on, but now that I have all this information here, once we now have this eclipse, I'm feeling a lot better in terms of setting new goals for myself. And I do think that that's going to be what we're all slated with at that Libra new moon eclipse. Okay. And I do think that by time we move into that second week of the month, when we do have Jupiter in Gemini retrograding on the 9th, and we also have a stressful day around the 13th. This is when we have Mercury in Libra squaring Pluto and Capricorn. Mercury is entering Scorpio. This is when I do think the tensions are going to get higher. People are more in their feelings. This is a time of high emotional stress, I think. And I do think you all are trying to end some type of cycle with either your company, your organization. You all are having some type of reoccurring cycle, I do believe, with the people that you're working with, or a client that just seems like it keeps coming around, like you're in this never ending cycle and you cannot get out of it. I do think that these conversations are going to get a little heavy, and I do think you're going to need to decide where is the tipping point for you, Sagittarius, because that 10 of Wands is like you're done, and you're going to need to draw a line in the sand for yourself and not let someone else, not let a boss or someone else draw that line for you. Okay, so please keep that in mind throughout this entire month, that, you know, eclipse season is meant to remove something from your life, as well as bring in fresh energy. And I do think that third week of the month, this is when we will have the sun trining Jupiter on the 13th. We also have Venus entering your sign, Sag, on the 17th. So that's really good energy right there. I do think that's going to be a positive energy and fresh energy for you. And it's the same day as that Aries full moon. So around October 17th, pay attention to conversations about money that seem like they get a little stalled, meaning like they come up, but they're taking a long time to fruition. They're taking a long time to, maybe you went to your boss and asked for a raise, or you asked if you could be moved to a different department, or you've taken some time out for yourself here with the Hermit card, and you're realizing, okay, you haven't heard back on, the question you asked a month ago. Something here seems like it's taking a while. And I do believe that by the time you get to that Aries full moon on the 17th, you're like, okay, I need to figure out what I need to do. I need to take some time out for myself. I need to make a decision for myself. And I do believe by the time you get to October 22nd, when the sun moves into Scorpio, that's when you're going to get a lot clearer on what you need, Sagittarius. And I do think that by the time you get to the end of the month, the sun is in Scorpio. We move to that very last week when Mercury in Scorpio is opposite Uranus in Taurus. This is going to be a big week for a lot of people. And I say that because Mercury in Scorpio is going to be conversations that are quite heavy for many people, opposite Uranus in Taurus, which is all about finances, job, career. You all have this Ten of Swords that's like you're just done with these conversations, you're mentally spent. And I feel like you could be ending the month on a note that you're not that happy with the conversations. Like you just feel like it was going to go in a different direction. You're just ready for something new. And I do think many of you all could be leaving a job. You could be leaving a career. You could be leaving a group of people that you thought you were on the same page with, or you could have employees that leave your company. You could have some clients that leave. So just keep that in mind this month. I do think, Sagittarius, this is a big month for you all. I can definitely see a lot of heaviness. So really make sure you're grounding yourself, taking some time out for yourself, getting out into nature, because a lot of these tens, that Tower card, that Five of Cups, that Three of Swords, those are really big, heavy energies. I do think that once you move through eclipse season, though, I think you're going to be starting to feel a lot better once we move into November. So I hope this was helpful for you, Sag. Take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs in this video series, and I'll talk to you later.